Hello, everyone. I am PJ McGaw, and we are here today with
Joshua Story.
Excellent, and we are excited to present the first in a series exploring the tales of the heroes who will be in Season 2. And please, Josh, tell us a little bit about your character before we get into it.
Okay. So I am going to be playing Zolgar, a Goliath fighter with a gladiator background.
Yeah.
I don't want to give away too much.
No, absolutely. That's what this is for. And yeah, so we're going to learn more about this guy right now as we introduce the tale of Zolgar. The night air is crisp and mild, almost chilling as it brushes against your skin. The stars above in the sky stare like a judgmental audience, waiting for the kill. You're familiar with that feeling, people watching you, waiting for you to kill, yet no moon in the sky, like a cycloptic Caesar who passes judgment. As the night air breezes past you and through your muscular body and the hair on the back of your neck, it stands up, and a warm stickiness all over your body brings your senses back to somewhere else. It feels like it was a month ago. Maybe it was only a matter of minutes. But it was still a recent tragedy. Blood on the sand. Screams in pain, stinging tears, screams in anger. That warmth, that stickiness now reminds you that you are currently out in a field at night. And you are covered in someone's blood. A voice shakes you. "Run!" it says. "Run, you fool, or you will never know peace. Come on!" And as his voice shakes you, you see a tiefling and a half-elf. Scarred, weary, bloody. And they seem to be running with you. You are starting fresh on a run in the night, covered in blood, and just as your senses come together, off in a field, rolling hills and midnight sky, you can see a small army of guards, with dogs, with nets, and worse. What do you do?
What? Do we know where we're going?
The tiefling looks around. Any direction but that one. They can chase us all they want, but the minute we hit any city, we're fine. We just can't be caught in the fields.
Good to know. And I reach down and I grab a hold of both of the scruffs of both of their necks. And I pick them up and I run full speed.
All right. And with that, the chase is on. Give me an athletics check as you're carrying two full-grown men.
I'm not afraid. Okay. All right. That'd be 26.
26, very good. Their athletics check is not as high, but the chase is on. You're running, carrying these two bodies, and as you're making this tremendous lead, you start to feel your grip starting to get tired. It's one thing to wield a 5-pound sword for 8 hours a day. It's another to wield two 220, 240-pound men while your farmer carrying them across an uneven field. So long as you continue to hold these two men up, you will be at a disadvantage moving forward.
I'd like to, as I'm running, I take you said halfling, right? So I take the halfling and I put him all on my shoulders like a small child, like this.
Oh, my apologies, I'm sorry. Half-elf. I have a hard time saying that sometimes. It's a half-elf and a tiefling. My apologies.
Oh, that's all right. So in that case, same concept, but let's take them and throw them over my shoulders.
Okay.
And that way I can sort of cross body and continue running. So
Okay.
I got one free hand then.
Sure. Still, with that added weight on your body, as strong as you are, this will still give you a disadvantage if you continue. But let's go with that for now.
Okay.
And they will not be at advantage, but you'll be at disadvantage. The chase continues as you're carrying these bodies. The tiefling that you know is named Raucus, and the half-elf named Jadek.
Raucus and Jadek.
Mm-hmm.
You say Jadek?
Jadek, Jaddik.
All right. Well, we can't run all night. We've got to find a place to hide. There. What about that? And I look in the distance, and if I'm approaching something.
Yeah, you're looking down the field that you're running down.
Okay.
Long, uneven, up and down.
You say these are like farmlands kind of thing?
Yeah, farmlands, plains, very barren, a few trees, very uneven ground. But Raucus knows, and Jadok will confirm, that this is the closest way to go to a city. If you can get to a city, they can't follow you in. Legality being what it is. You just have to run until gods know how long, until the sun comes up on you inside a town. Now, that being said, as you're looking for a place to hide, Raucus is having a hard time kind of getting his breath because he's not used to having a sternum being crushed by a very strong pair of shoulders.
Weak.
He does tell you
Okay.
he hears a terrible sound. They've let loose the hounds.
Well, we're almost there. All right, my friends. You think you can run on your own?
Raucus says, "Yeah, please put me down. I'd prefer to run on my own." Jadok says, "Yeah, look, you gotta be real careful, okay? At this point in time, if they take any one of us, we don't know. Just, I don't want to be betrayed, but if you have to do what you have to do, no hard feelings, buddy, okay?"
No, not today. And I drop them both off my shoulders, and I go! And I shove them forward.
Okay. They're going to roll as the hounds are released. This is Raucus's roll. First up, not looking great for Raucus. Jadok is up, looking worse for him. As they start running, you can tell fatigue from days on fighting, very little food, and no chance at recovery before this breakout. And the blood-stained skin and clothes of all three of you, you have been fighting for gods know how long. And the strength that would be here for this escape is just pooling into a bank of adrenaline that you are in a deficit on. They are falling behind quickly as the dogs make great speed, and you can see just the yellow in their eyes and the foam in their teeth as they are barreling down upon you. The guards with their nets and other things may be far away. By the time the hounds catch you, that will not matter. Second round of the escape. You need to give me a wisdom save. As suddenly something on your body burns like a firing brand.
All right. Oh, no! No!
What is it?
That one.
No! Okay, this is great. So you're running, you see the dogs, your natural instinct to keep going despite the numbness in your calves and the burning in your knees.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden you feel this burning on the back between your shoulder blades, and it stabs through your back to your heart like a knife. There is a certain insurance policy the leader of the gladiatorium likes to put on some of their more famous fighters. This sigil that's burning you into complacency. With that critical fail, you are knocked prone. And it's up to Jadok and Raucus to figure out if they need to save you or themselves. The dogs seize upon you.
Oh, come here, Fluffy. Come here. Come to Daddy.
Third round of the chase, it's already looking bad. You can feel their teeth gnash. You can feel their wet, slobbery bite almost like corrupting your wounds. You need to get up. Give me a free wisdom save to fight off this brand that he put upon you unknowingly. Or unknown to you, I should say.
All right, that'd be a 12.
12. It's just enough to shake off the influence, and I will let you have an athletics attempt to fight them off.
All right. So, I attempt to, before I roll, so I'm attempting to reach out and both of them and sort of just clash them together if I can.
Okay.
That's gonna be painful. 11?
11. You grab a hold of them. You have a nice solid hold of them, but trying to get enough room with 5 dogs upon you to clack their heads together and throw my D20 across the room,
Yeah.
you don't have enough space for that. So it's just more like a smoosh. But I will say that you can stand up, but you will be considered completely surrounded and in a grapple of sorts because 5,000 rolls.
Okay.
Now, at this point...
Wait, I'm surrounded by the other guards and finally caught up?
Dogs.
Oh, the dogs.
My apologies. You have a total of 5 dogs on you. 2 that you're fighting with your bare hands.
Okay.
Raucus and Jadek make a roll, okay? And this is where we get to the conversation about leaving a man behind. You should never do it. There always are advantages to it. Jadek had to do the math in his head. And he realized if he leaves you behind, that means he gets more room for safety. So for choosing to leave you behind, he gets advantage on his next couple of rolls until you catch up to him. Raucus, on the other hand, he abides by the code. He's coming to help a brother up. Jadek slows down, sees you in the middle of the night, his eyes wild like a hare being chased by a fox, his ears starting to prick and his hair standing up. He looks at you and he says, like I said, man, you gotta do what you gotta do. And he sprints, almost gone in the night sky. Raucus just screams, God damn it, you little coward! He runs over, throws a few of the dogs off of you. The only ones still upon you are the ones you're holding. Now you've been left behind. The guards are closing in. There's maybe 2 more obstacles. Who can say how long you've been running? You will not be at disadvantage, but you will not be at advantage either.
Okay.
So with that, you both hear a shout, a command, and this sound of a spring loading, and then a trigger pulling. Raucus looks up and says, Shit. The net guns. The sky, what's left of the stars, become blotted out by nets, 20 by 20, and they fire upon you in volleys. For this, you need to make a dexterity save.
Okay.
Raucus is doing his best to save. Barely makes it.
Nat 20.
Oh, perfect. He's about to actually have one clip him on the head, which will take him down, but if you want to, with one fell swoop, you can clear both of you to safety.
All right, so I take the dogs that are in my hand and I just toss them to the side at the arrow.
Yeah.
As it's coming.
Yeah, oh yeah, they get wrapped up like a fresh catch of the day in this lovely, net gun arrow. You're safe. The guards are running faster and faster. They start to gang up on you, or they start to gain on you very quickly at this point. Now, as they're gaining, you can see that there is a captain of the guard. He was in the back of the flanks. You can see him just running, hands knifing the air, knees to chest as he sprints past his own men. He is gaining on you with anger and bravado. Jadek is nowhere to be seen.
Of course not. Bloody coward. Well, we haven't got time for this. Not today. Today we live, and we run.
Okay. As you do that, you hear a voice that says, Property doesn't run! Property does what it's supposed to! And he critically succeeds as he pulls from his hip this bola that he's been trained to use with manacles at the end, rolls it above his head, throws it at you, wraps around your body, arms to your waist, and as it does, your wrists are connected. You fall prone. He runs over to you. Raucus now has to make a choice. He can leave you, get advantage, probably survive the night, or he can stay with his friend. Raucus chooses the latter. He comes running up to you. Damn, man, I don't know how to help you, man. This is iron. I don't have my tools on me. I can't break this. Can you? Look, man, you gotta do this fast. Everything you got in you, man. Break out of this. You have one opportunity. Athletics check. He is upon you, and he is pulling a weapon. The captain will go. Okay. Give me what you got.
All right.
11.
I've got to switch dice. It's terrible. Terrible.
Yeah, get it to do a 20. I'll get my recovery 20.
Oh, no. Okay. Go to jail, buddy.
Yeah. So, you flex your might against the iron chains and well-designed manacles around your wrist. It's like watching an old illusionist escape act. You are thrashing and you are struggling, but the iron is prevailing over your own muscle. And at this point, the captain of the guard is now standing above you. He has in one hand what looks like a rather dull hammer, like a sap. If he smacks you one good time on the head, you're unconscious. A man your size, 30 guards and 10 dogs, the minute things go black, you know you're back in the arena. You know you're back in chains. Probably treated worse for your attempt at escaping.
Would you say that bull is around my arm, torso? Is it around my ankles? Like where?
It's around
where
it's around the midsection, so your arms are bound by your side and your hands are immediately shackled.
So I can still run.
You can get up if you want to.
Yeah.
You want to get up and run?
Yeah.
Okay, you'll be at disadvantage to make athletics checks to run while restrained, okay? So you want to get up and run. Give me an athletics check at disadvantage.
Ow.
For luck.
You never know. All right, I'll take that. That's 14.
14?
Oh, you said a disadvantage, right?
Disadvantage, that's correct.
Ah. Yeah, 14.
14?
Okay.
All right, so the minute you get up and you start to run, what's your AC?
Oh shit. I haven't got any armor on. It's 11.
11. Bop. Give me a con save.
Shit. Well, can I use stone endurance, or is this just straight up like something else?
This is more a con save to make you unconscious immediately.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, it's not really damage per se. It's an effect.
That would be a 13.
13. 13. So the athletics check to break out of the irons was 15.
Oh.
But the saving throw to resist the sap was a 12. A 13 will barely get you by, but you will be okay. You are woozy. You are restrained.
And he's practically right there. So I'm standing up, but he's literally managed to get right behind me. Is that right?
Yeah, he is in melee range. He's about 5 feet away. Raucus is now on your. Now you're flipping with his back to him, so he's on your right side. So if you're here, he's right here. Raucus is right here, your teammate, and he is trying to figure out if he needs to try to help you break out the chains or fight the captain of the guard. And here's the logic you know, plain as day. If he tries to help you out, there's a chance that he can't do it in time, and you both go back. If he fights the captain of the guard, there's no way he can beat him in time with no weapons before he's outnumbered 50 to 1.
Okay. In that case, I am going to... Okay, so in this case, I'm going to expend a superiority die.
Okay.
I'm going to take feint, do feint. So I start to... Jim Carrey style.
Okay.
And then I rear back and I headbutt him.
The captain of the guard.
Yeah.
Okay. Give me...
This should take away my disadvantage. Put me in neutral.
Yes, I'll make that a wash and I'll let you roll to hit.
Okay. Let's go. Ah, yeah. That would be a 23.
Okay. So, you hear the click and crunch of a nose bone breaking from alignment as your headbutt lands solidly in the center of his head. He stumbles back a bit. And as he does, you see him kind of like hands in the night just thrashing wildly, maybe trying to find you. Instead, finds the collar of Raucus, pulls him in, pulls a knife to Raucus's throat. And as blood starts to come down through his nose, he kind of says blandly into the night, "My men are on their way, and our dogs are hungry, and our steel is sharp. You're the VIP. You're the special prize. I know that you gave up one brother. Don't give up two. I'll give you Raucus if you come with me. But if you run away right now, you'll get so much worse in the arena than you or that little shit who bled like a stuck pig ever will. So your decision, hero.
This is one I recognize besides being the captain.
This is the captain of the guard. The gentleman in question would never soil himself with a run like this.
Okay. So this is not the pit.
Not the pit
boss.
owner. This is basically like the security boss.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I look to him in searing pain. Well, what do you think, little brother?
Raucus chokes as the blade pushes deeper and deeper into his carotid artery, a trickle of blood starting to pen up like inkwell and just slowly dribble down his neck. And a teary-eyed smile of defiance crosses his face. Sit around the ashes of 1,000 dead and ask them of honor. I say, be free. Let no sand touch your toes but the beach. With that, the captain of the guard takes the knife.
No!
And he strikes him deeper in the throat. The arterial spray splatters across your face. New fresh warm blood tonight. But as they take the body to the ground, you can see that red life essence blending with the grass, instantly becoming a pitch black in the night. And the hounds feed upon him. You can hear the screaming. You can see the guards yelling and cussing at the dogs, ripping them away from the body as they begin to wrap it up in manacles. This procedure is taking quite some time, but you are now seeing the full force. Some 20, 30 men, 10, 15 dogs, and your arms are still wrapped in steel. If you want to, you can make another athletics to break out.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. All right, so that'd be 23.
23. Tell me the tale of saving yourself from these chains, and then what do you do next? Do you stay and fight to the bitter end and pray you don't get killed? Or do you follow Jadek and live another day?
I will find Jadek. I get up, I take the chains, and I wrap them around my hand, like fisticuffs, and I take off running into the night.
You take off running into the night. The sounds of... You know what? Give me a perception check. I wonder if you can hear it this far away.
16.
16. You're running. Whatever pain, exhaustion, fatigue, lack of food is now gone. The adrenaline has come back to the bank, and it is in desperate need for a blood oath to be repaid. Blood for blood. And you start to see Jadek's lithe form start to show up on the horizon of this grassy plain. But just as you do, you hear the swearing, yelling, and cursing of the guards, and one last triumphant laughter from Raucus before it is silenced with a thud. If he is dead, then he might be buried and mourned. If he's alive, you probably wish he wasn't. But there's that running jackrabbit asshole right in front of you. What do you want to do?
I go after Jadek.
Jack is gonna have advantage. He's got much more momentum behind him. But I'll say you've got a death wish on your brain. Let's see what happens if we both have advantage. Roll athletics. I'll have him roll athletics.
With advantage?
Mm-hmm, yes, sir.
Uh,
18. 18. Jadek's was a 21. As you get closer and closer, you do see a look of recognition. He looks over his shoulder, sees your face in the night.
Just booking it.
You can't even repress the screams of genuine terror that Jadek has, and he just starts running faster and faster and faster. And the night continues until finally the soft grass seems to get stiff, your knees get numb, the fatigue starts to take over, and you are now standing in a city. Stone ground, 3-story buildings, the sun just starting to crest for the morning. Freedom.
I stop. I take a look around. See the settings. For once, I'm actually free. I unwrap the chain from my hand. And I throw them to the side. What now? What do I see around me? What's in the vicinity?
You see a large wind sign, a beautiful fountain, stone fountain, 2 stories, fresh, clean water just billowing and moving from it. You see 2 to 3-story homes. Some are guild halls, some are businesses with living quarters above the operations. You're seeing people starting to go about their morning routine. Some of the farmers are actually going to leave the city to find their crop fields and bring it back in. You're seeing merchants starting to set up bazaars and little booths on the go. And somewhere deep in there, you see a very large, powerful, bald man with skin made out of stone getting on a soapbox right by the fountain. And as almost in a matter of seconds, the streets become filled with the hustle and bustle of daily life. Hundreds, if not thousands of feet just going all over the city. And he is yelling about something, an opportunity, glory, gold, power, home. And the wooden sign to your left says, "Welcome to Corlin."
All right. I start to slowly make my way toward the man on the box.
He's looking. Oh, continue, please.
Oh, yeah. So I make my way up there to him and stare at him. Is this all real? Is this true? You speak of glory, you speak of honor, you speak of wealth, gold. And home?
The man on that soapbox, he's currently trying to get other people engaged in something. And he stops, kind of looks at you, stops for a second again. Couple takes. Huge man. Now granted, this man is not small by any measure. If you're 7 foot, 8 feet tall, he looks to be about 6'4", easily 250 pounds. His whole body's made of solid rock.
Yeah, I'm about 7'4".
Yeah. And he looks you up and down, probably the only one in this town that he thinks can give him a run for his money. He looks to you and he says, "Well, shit. I haven't met someone bigger than me since my dad. It's good to see you."
Yeah, good to be seen.
You know, we have need of men like you. Strong men. I imagine maybe even good men. Now, don't know too many covered in blood these days, though.
Well, you know, it ain't mine. But his stomach starts gurgling.
Yeah.
But, do you have anything to eat?
You know what? Yeah, I do. I have plenty to eat. And what's more important, I think I got a job for you. Let me ask you something. Do you like fighting monsters with friends? Do you like making money? Do you like having a purpose?
Steps back a moment. Sounds a little familiar.
Oh, wait, it ain't no mercenary work. I can promise you that. Clear and simple. I want you to join the Relic Runners. Get a team together, go deep in the forgotten pitches of this planet, this town, find untold fortunes, turn them in for bit of a fencing fee. Live in town. Make it your home.
At that last word, he perks up a moment. Home, you say? Well, I do like that. Like the idea of that. Yeah. But I am really... He starts to get really dizzy. He starts to lean up against it, like almost fall over. Maybe some food first.
You know what, I think you're right. He kind of turns around and addresses the crowd. All right, everyone, I gotta go on my breakfast break. If you want to know more about recruitment to the Relic Runners, I'll meet y'all here in about an hour. All right, go about your mornings. He hops off. He kind of lets you put your heft on him, and he grabs you, and he says, all right, big guy, I know a great place. It serves a mean breakfast. What's your name, by the way? I need to know for my recruiter form.
Yeah. The name's Zolgar. Zolgar, yes.
That's a good name.
Yeah. You hear that, Timmy? He reaches into his little brow, and there's a little tiny little mouse pokes its head out of the edge of the cloth.
It's a little cute mouse.
Yeah, it's itty bitty compared to him, and he just kind of rubs its little head and then shoves it back into his garment.
Well, the man kind of lets you rest on him, and he starts leading you to the place for breakfast, and he introduces himself. You can call me Slate. Shilawak Slate. I'm the recruiter for the Relic Runners, and I'm here to make sure that good men like you don't fall into something worse.
Right, but food first, yeah?
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah. Don't worry, it's on me. As the door opens up, you see a warm wooden interior. You can smell the oven is just getting started. Butter and bacon, that savory, rich smell starts to fill the air. Fresh bread, that sweet, savory scent just looms as he puts you down in a nice wooden booth. Asks for two of the specials.
I thought you were about to say coffin. I was like, no!
Puts you in a coffin, nails it, and he's like, sucker's born every minute. He puts you in the wooden booth. Breakfast is served, and that is where we are going to end the tale of Zolgar.
Oh, yeah. Can't wait.
Absolutely.
Oh, man, that's going to be good.
And that concludes the tale of Zolgar, but what more will Season 2 have in store for them? Tune in and find out alongside us, and make sure to click that bell on YouTube and follow us, as well as turn on channel notifications on Twitter to get updates.
Also, if you look down in the About section, you'll find the link to our Discord. You can go ahead and join in there. Also, take part in the discussions and join our little community as it's continuing to grow.
Absolutely. I look forward to seeing you there. We can talk all kinds of theory craft and story ideas. But until then, we'll see you on the adventure.
Good night, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.